What's up, Richard Timmons here. Here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films and series coming out this week, whether it be a dear streaming, etc. Alright, now the big one we have out this week, it's of course Superman week. And we got Superman coming out. I am really excited for this. We got the start of a brand new cinematic universe. David Cornsworth, I think, looks great as Superman. Rachel Brosnahan, come on, Rachel Brosnahan always looks great. Come on, she's always incredible. I mean, I'm digging everything I'm seeing here. It looks great, so I'm definitely gonna try to see this thing multiple times if I enjoy it the first time, obviously. But we'll see. Anyway, and I mean, James Gunn rarely disappoints. All right, now we do got some stuff coming to streaming. Like we also got this Korean Netflix movie called Siam, I think it is. In a fight for survival against a horrifying army of zombies, a former mighty Thai fighter must use skill, speed, and grit to save his girlfriend. That could be pretty fun to check out. Now we also got a new film here called Brick coming to Netflix. No, not it has nothing to do with the Ryan Johnson movie, by the way. Brick, when a mysterious brick wall encloses on their apartment wall overnight, Tim and Olivia must unite with their wary neighbors to get out alive. The trailer for this does look intriguing. I mean, the whole movie takes place in one room. Has a little bit of like a remember that horror movie, The Platform on Netflix. Definitely has a bit of that feel to it. Definitely has remember the movie Cube. Definitely reminds me a little bit of Cube in a way. So I'm thinking the trailer. So hopefully it's a good one. And we also got Medea's Destination Wedding coming to Netflix. Medea packs her floral dresses and a whole lot of chaos when the Simmons family heads to the Bahamas for her grandniece's whirlwind wedding. And I'm actually one of the rare folks who really do like the Medea movies. I mean, they aren't great or anything. Like, they're not Oscar-nominated films, nothing like that. But they are a lot of fun. Like, who doesn't, love seeing that, that granny, get into some fun action. This definitely, Tyler Perry sometimes is a little bit hit and miss once in a while. Although that one he just did with Charlotte Hanson was pretty good. But he actually does great with the Medea movies. Like, he really plays the parts of Medea, Joe, and all of them very good. So I'm definitely looking forward to check this one out. Hopefully it's a good one, but we'll see. Alright, for any zombie fans, we got Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, which is, of course, the fourth installment of the zombie franchise, where Zed and Addison embark on a road trip to the summer after their first year of college, during which they unexpectedly discover the warring worlds of Sunnyside and Shadyside, and come in contact with a true new group of monsters. I mean, let's be fair, I'm not going to pretend I'm really big with the zombie films, but they definitely have their fans. Like, I feel like the zombie movies are, let's say, the Sharknadoes for Disney, for the Disney Channel. That's why I always got with the zombie films, because how many times like Sharknado kept cranking them out every year. Definitely has a little bit of like Sharknado for kids vibe here, but I don't know. I'm sure it'll be great for people, but we'll see. All right, on Shudder we got Push, which follows Natalie Flores, played by Alicia Sands, a pregnant realtor who is attacked by a sadistic killer at her open house, sending her into premature labor. Up against a ticking clock, Natalie must fight away before she gets burned. This is actually definitely looks like a very scary situation here. It does look pretty creepy though. Roy Castillo is playing like the villain here. It does look intriguing to check out, so sign me up with this one. We also technically got another Shudder movie, but this is actually going to like limited release, and then it'll hit Shudder down the line. We got Abraham's Boys, the Dracula story. The story tells his tale of a legendary vampire slayer, Abraham Van Helsing, and his later years as he raises his sons, moving to the U.S. to escape their past. It actually does look intriguing. I mean, it does sound interesting too, so hopefully that's a good one. Alright, we also got a film called Amongst the Wolves. On the streets of Dublin, Danny, a homeless man grappling with the ghosts of his past, finds himself caught in a cycle of despair and survival. It stars former Game of Thrones actor Aidan Gillian, who's always pretty good, so that could be interesting. We got a movie called Sovereign, which stars Nick Offerman and Jacob Tremblay. It's an intense, a provocative true crime thriller about a father and his teen son, Jerry and Joseph Kane, played by Offerman and Tremblay, who follows the sovereign citizen belief system and deeply anti-establishment worldview rooted in distrust of government authority. And you also have like Dennis Quaid in this. The trailers for this thing actually does look intriguing, does look pretty intense. Funny enough, Jacob Tremblay and Nick Offerman was both just in Life of Chuck. They didn't share any scenes in that, but they were both in that together, so pretty cool here. We got something called To a Land Unknown. A Palestinian refugee living in the fringes of society in Athens gets ripped off by a smuggler and sets out to seek revenge. That could be interesting. We got a movie called Bang Bang, which stars Jack Casey, who you might remember from, who of course was like Black Tom in Deadpool 2, and he was just Hellboy in that terrible Hellboy film last year, The Crooked Man, or whatever that was called. This also has Tristan Mays, who was in that reboot of MacGyver, and former RoboCop star Peter Weller. So we got some cool cast members here. Bang, actually it's just called Bang, not Bang Bang. Anyway, Bang, played by Jack Casey, one of the most feared hitmen, questions his violent life after a near-death experience. Seeing a future beyond bloodshed, he wants out, but his crime boss won't let him go without a fight. That does look pretty interesting to check out. We got a film called Don't Let's Go to the Dogs Tonight. I almost said Don't Let the Dogs Out. That would be a weird, different title. This film is actually directed by Beth Davids, who the name might not sound familiar, but you might actually, if you look up her like IMDb list, you'll probably recognize some of the stuff she was in. She played Miss Honey in the original Matilda movie from 1996, and she was also in like 13 Ghosts. Like she also even played Andrew Garfield's mother in Amazing Spider-Man. She's always been in some cool stuff. Like I always feel like she's always these type of actresses whose face you probably always recognize, but name you never notice. And she's been in some really great stuff. But anyway, she directs and stars in this one. It depicts an 8-year-old's Bobo's life on her family's Rhodesian farm during the Bush War's final stages. It explores the family's bond with Africa's land and the war's impact on region and individuals through Bobo's perspective. And this actually just premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, some decent reviews, so it could be interesting to check out. We got a film called Danella Forever, which stars Henry Golding and Beatrice Grano. Of course, she recently was in the second season of The White Lotus. And this is also from the director of Colossal. Remember that little sci-fi comedy with Anne Hathaway in it? Anyway, Danella Forever, in it, after his girlfriend dies in an accident, a grieving man joins a sleep trial that allows him to rebuild his life with her through the use of lucid dreams. That does look intriguing. I like Henry Golding, although he was just in the Old God 2, and hopefully this is better, but who knows. I feel like his career has not really blew up ever since like Crazy Rich Asians. You know, like I always thought ever since like Crazy Rich Asians, his career would have blew up more. What did they do after that? You know, Snake Eyes. Although he was not bad in a Simple Favor sequel, but he was barely in that. Anyway. Now other stuff out here. We got a film called Sing. We got a film titled Sing in My Sleep, which stars Gavin Larwood, Jessica Belkin, and Mullen Ackman. It's where Charlotte, a talented teen songwriter, struggles with her deceased father's music legacy. But however, things take a turn when she's is tasked to perform a 20-year anniversary on his debut album. That could be interesting. We also got a film called We Could Still Be Pen Pals. where a therapist takes her grandmother's pen pal finding purpose to help find another under in helping another under a hidden name. That could be interesting. We got a film called Exile: The Chosen One, where like after a man-made virus failed to reduce the population, global leaders start a game show. Random contestants are put in the concrete jungle and are forced to take each other out. Viewers place their bets on who will win. That actually does sound pretty fun. We got something called Forgive Us, which stars Lily Sullivan and Richard Roxburgh. On it's actually titled "Forgive Us or End." Okay. In a post-apocalyptic, where a biotech virus has transformed humans. Another movie about virus. Wait, see what the pandemic started with? Anyway, has transformed humans into violently deranged cannibals. A brave mother who has lost everything shelters in an isolated mountain cabin where teetered on the verge. And that could be interesting, I guess. Now on the TV front, we got some really interesting stuff here. On Hulu, we got Such Brave Girls Season 2, which is a show from the UK. We got Quarterback Season 2, comes to Netflix, which is, of course, a football docuseries. On Amazon, we got Bellard, which is actually a spin-off to that show, Bosch, that was also on Prime Video. This stars Maggie Q, who doesn't love Maggie Q, right? Where LAPD detective Renee Bellard oversees a new code case division in the department. And I don't know, I never really seen Bosch before. I know so many people like that show, rave that. I never really seen it, but I might actually give this one a go because it has Maggie Q in it. I'm not really sure if like I have to watch Bosch to really get into this, but who knows? We also got Building the Band come to Netflix, which is a reality series where like gifted singers vie for a chance to form the next great music group here. And sadly, this is actually the final project that Liam Payne from One Direction started. So really interested to see how they're gonna pay tribute there. On Netflix, we got Too Much, which is from Lena Dunham. It's where Jessica, a New York workaholic, is reeling from a broken relationship. She takes a job in London, where she plans to live like a Bronte sister. When she meets Felix, a walking series of red flags, their unusual connection is impossible to ignore. And this also stars the actress from Meg Statler, I think her name is, who's on that show Hacks. She's actually a scene still on Hacks. So I'm really glad to see her getting like a lead role here. Some appearances like Emily Washcross is supposed to be in this. So it does look pretty charming. So hopefully it's a good one. All right. Also out on Hulu, that is, we got Suspicious Mind, where Amber is a brilliant thief posing as a governess to steal a 240 million tiara at a tycoon's wedding. That could be interesting. We got The Wild Ones, Country Apple, which is a nature docuseries that explores hidden corners of the earth with a trio of experts as they try to save 6 endangered species from extinction. That could be interesting. We also got Foundation Season 3, Country Apple. There's also One Night in Audio, The College Murders, coming to Amazon. Follows the 2022 University of Ohio murders. And so that does sound like be really cool. I mean, I always do like a good true crime story, so hopefully this could be a good one. We got Love Island Beyond the Villa, Country Peacock, which I don't really care about. We got The Institute, which I meant to talk about this during my TV, talk when I was talking about the show's premiere. I totally let this one off. But we got The Institute based on the Stephen King book, where like a teen genius wakes up in a strange place full of children who got there the same way he did. This does look pretty creepy though. You got Ben Barnes, Mary Louise Parker's in this. Great year for Stephen King. We got lots of Stephen King movies like The Running Man, The Long Walk, On the TV front, we got Welcome to Derry. So we're gonna be eating some great stuff with Stephen King this year. You know, who doesn't love Stephen King, right? And last but not least, we got Dexter Resurrection, which this is definitely the show I'm excited for. Uh, After Dexter Origin Sins, I'm excited for a new Dexter project. Now this of course takes place a few weeks after New Blood, which I would have loved if they maybe had just I don't know ignore New Blood, but I guess you can't do that. Uh, Anyway, after New Blood, Dexter Morgan, who has miraculously recovered from a near fatal gunshot wound, chases a missing Harrison to New York City, where Captain Angel Batista is hot on their trail from way down Miami. Now, of course, you got Michael C. Hall reprising his role, but this has got to be the best cast I've seen throughout this Dexter series. Like, we're talking Peter Dinklage, Uma Thurman. We also got Eric Stonestreet, Neil Patrick Harris, Kristen Ritter. I mean, the guy from Sopranos, Steven Scarpetta, I think his name is. He's also on Blue Bloods. He's in this. Got some great cast members here, so sign me up with this one. I'm digging everything I'm seeing. This will, of course, hold me out until the new season of Original Sins comes out, but hey, more Dexter is always given. Anyway, that's pretty much it there. Let me let you guys. Which of these films or series are you interested in? Are you excited for Superman, Dexter, Medea, etc.? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Super Sign.